Hello, welcome to Odds on Ligue on Matchday 26. Last time we saw PSG and Marseille losing their fixtures, but will they be able to bounce back? It remains to be seen. I'm Danail and I'm honored to host Odds on Ligue on together with our French football and betting expert, Alain Valnegri. Stay tuned to learn what tips and predictions he has prepared for you, and I'm sure you'll find a lot of value in them as always. Please like the video, hit the notification bells and subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us grow so we can keep delivering great content. Leave your comments below and let us know what are your predictions for Ligue on Matchday 26. And now it's showtime! Hi Alain, nice to see you. How are you?
Yes, hello. Hello, Danail. Yes, really well for another journey of Ligue.
Yep, another match day. We saw PSG losing, Marseille also losing the match day 25. So it's interesting to see what they can do this time. On Friday, we have Montpellier and Rennes. Montpellier won their last visit to Lorient, which was needed after 3 consecutive defeats in all competitions. The team is 9th with 37 points and still have a chance to fight for European football next season. The visitors from Rennes also took an important victory with 4-1 over 𝐻𝐿, but away from home they have lost 5 in a row, and despite being 5th in the league, their away record is terrible this season, so I'm not sure why the odds are in favor of Rennes for this game.
Sincerely, I'm surprised about the odds of Montpellier. Montpellier at home is strong, and Rennes, especially away, they have a lot of problems. They're only in the 14th position in the classification for the away team.
Yeah.
And that one, the type of team of Montpellier, the model of play, makes suffer Rennes. And considering the odds, I think we can try Montpellier victory, 𝐿𝐭𝐴 odds 2.55.
Interesting, yeah, because as you mentioned, Rennes is really not in good form right now, and 2.5 for them, 0.5, it's too low, I guess. So moving on, Saturday we have Strasbourg and Nice. This is a direct battle for the 3rd place, as Strasbourg is currently 4th with 42 points, while Nice is 3rd with 45 points. Both teams are in really good form lately, and let's not forget that Nice is the 2nd best visitor in the league, in Ligue 1, and maybe these odds for away victory are way too high here. I don't know.
Yes, and especially the tendency about this game. In the last 3 games they're played, always the visitant winning. 2 times Strasbourg in Nice, and the last time Nice traveled to Strasbourg the last season, they won there. Nice make me confident when they play away, and they're made more points away than home. And for that game is a Champions League competition game. My question is, Strasbourg can elevate his play against the strong team until now, except the first game between both teams played in Nice. I don't saw that about Strasbourg, and Nice is comfortable when they let the ball to the rival, and Strasbourg have problem when they don't find the space to attack in transition. And for that, I think Nice can win in Strasbourg. Odds is really, really, really interesting. 3.25 for the victory on Nice in Alsace.
I guess even a double chance has a good value here for Nice. Odds will be around 180 for 𝐿𝐴. So if our audience wants to be a little bit more conservative here, double chance is actually 170.
But Nice don't lose. Nice don't lose. Basically, Nice don't lose in Strasbourg. I saw that result can be possible.
Yep. Great. And PSG, as we mentioned, they took their 2nd defeat in Ligue 1 in the last fixture against Nantes, and you actually predicted this correctly with your double chance tip. For me, it was actually surprising because I was expecting them to, they defeated Real Madrid just 4 days earlier in the Champions League, and then they lose at home, away to Nice in the home league. Now they have probably one more test against Saint-Etienne team that is actually getting really good results lately, and is the third most informed team in the league in the past 5 games. So what do you see here?
My first question when I start to analyze the game of Paris Saint-Germain is the grade of motivation about the team. Last week I detect that because they're traveling Nantes, and Nantes is strong team. There is a lot of discipline, really physical, and that type of team, if Paris Saint-Germain enter in the field without motivation, they have a lot of problem. And we saw that in the first half, 3 goals in the first half in Nantes. And that one is purely motivation, because the reflex was, okay, they're winning against Real Madrid, is logical, they're winning in Nantes. But no, but because in Ligue 1 they have a lot of advantage about the point, they can manage the grade of motivation, they can make a rotation. And with that turnover, we saw a lot of problems, especially in the midfield line. When Pochettino changed, the team don't found his identity, and that one is a big limit. Now they received Saint-Etienne. They had all the weeks to working, to recover, to prepare that type of game. We must consider the last 4 games in Ligue 1. Paris Saint-Germain suffered against Saint-Etienne in spite of the score. Saint-Etienne is in a very good, really good streak right now. We saw a team with goal, with identity, and especially with a lot of passion. They lose the passion with Puel, and with Duprat, they recover the passion. That one is very good. They have a lot of experienced player about Ligue 1. For that game, I don't choose 1x or 2, but I saw goals, and I saw another 3.5 odds 1.85.
Perfect. And also, if you go for both teams to score, the odds are even higher, around 2, depending on the bookmaker.
Yes, is an alternative. It's an alternative too, but I saw a 3-1 or 4-2. I saw a lot of goal, but both teams score is an opportunity considering the value of the odds.
Yep, exactly. It's too great. And on Sunday we have Monaco and Reims. I think Monaco have an overall poor season so far and are currently out of the Champions League spots for next season. However, at home they have 7 victories, and if Ben Yedder is fit, who's actually the current top scorer of the league with 14 goals, he's a great danger for every opposition. Meanwhile, Reims have lost their last 2 away games, but are the king of the draw market this season, and having 10 draws so far. Maybe that'll be another one in their book. Who knows?
Monaco must have a reaction Sunday, because the last 2 games disappoint me a little. Only 2 points against 2 teams fighting against Ligue 2 is not what they need in this moment, because Monaco start bad, recover itself, start to winning, and after they change the manager, they start really good with Clermont. Until the last 2 games, they lose the offensive powder. And that one, I think, is an accident. It's not a pathology about Monaco. And against Reims, team wanna play, team with offensive possessional mode of play, like Barca. The model is Barca with Oscar Garcia. Is probably we will be so goals. The last 5 games between both teams in Monaco finish with X. Now, I think we will be so goals like in Paris Sunday at 1 p.m. and the odds for over 2.5 goals are 1.97.
Yep, really good odds actually for goals market here. And guys, don't forget, if you want to check the latest, to find the latest and highest odds, go to oddspedia.com. We are working non-stop to provide the greatest information for you and the greatest betting stats. Moving on, we have Angers and Lens. Angers hasn't tasted the sweet 3 points in 4 back-to-back league games where they lost them all. Still, the team is not endangered from relegation because they have 29 points, but I guess they will need to improve their form at some point. Lens took a point against Lyon in the last fixture and is currently 10th with 37 points to their account. This is only 3 points from the 5th place, which will give them a Conference League qualification next season, and maybe they'll be eager to fight for it.
Angers in the last weeks is the worst team in Ligue for the point. It's objective opinion. Mm-hmm. And now Lens, what thinking about Lens, because it's a little the Luna Park. There are be able to winning against the biggest team in the Ligue, but they are able to lose against the worst team in the Ligue. Now Lens must to found a stability, must to start a positive streak if they want to play in Europe. That game arrived in the best moment for Lens because Angers suffered a lot of institutional problem. The team started really well the season, but they lose himself. They lose his strengths in the defensive phase, and for a team built with that priority, we must to defend well. When we lose that, it can be a problem. In the last 5 games, only 3 points. I think the manager is in danger. He's in danger. In Lens, the manager is not in danger. Mm-hmm. And I think Lens can winning in Angers. Seeing 2 odds, 2.48 for Lens victory Sunday.
Okay, and maybe we could expect goals here as well. I was checking some stats earlier and find
goals with Angers. I am not so confident. I am most confident Lens can win that game.
Okay, I'll take your advice because you're the expert. Brest and Lorient, we have next. Brest is happy to be home again, where they won with 5-1 against 𝐬𝐴 in their and actually these odds for a home win look very tasty for me, especially because they play against the worst visitor in Ligue 1. Lorient managed to hold to a 0-0 draw in the last visit to Monaco, which ended their dreadful run of 8 consecutive defeats away from home. But chances are they're going to get trashed or just lose one more time here.
It's a derby. It's a really hard derby. The rivalry between both teams are really strong.
Okay.
And now, when we analyze the individual player, the mode of play, the classification, Brest have something more. But in the last week, we saw Lorient winning against Lens, draw in Monaco, but with Montpellier. They will be back at his worst moment in the season. For that derby motivation, you don't need motivation for that type of game. I think we will be so a really electric game. Brest have a model of play really similar to Montpellier, and that one I think Lorient will be suffer that talent in offensive phase the last 2 the forward line about Brest. But there can be a reaction because we saw a reaction against Lens against Monaco. I saw goals too for that game, over 2.5, odds 1.95.
Interesting. I was more, when I was reading the statistics, I was more going through the home win. But now that you mentioned it's a derby, this changes the situation, in my opinion. Next, we have Clermont and Bordeaux. Clermont made a great achievement, defeating Marseille with 0-2 on the road, and moved 6 points clear of the relegation zone. Now their spirits will be high, and I think they will want to use the momentum for maybe one more positive result against a Bordeaux team that has lost 4 away matches in a row, and it's a second worst visitor in the league and overall worst team. The survival battle will be tough until the end of the season, and maybe they can get a vital point here.
If we check the last 4 games of Clermont, they're winning against Marseille, Nice, and Stade Rennais. 3 teams with ambition, but they lose against Saint-Etienne. Where is the balance? Where is the balance? They're killing the giant, and they're kill himself against the worst team in Ligue 1. Now, in this moment, when we saw Bordeaux received 62 goals in 25 games, is really, really difficult to have the ambition to save the category. Maybe we have a big balance for the team fighting against Ligue 2. There must to change the tendency. There must to know to defend better. We saw against Monaco they have a strong problem in defensive phase. Clermont is a team winning at the first game half in Bordeaux, is a team with a brilliant offensive play. Sometimes they lose game because they're so offensive. And for that game, I think Clermont will be beat Girondins Bordeaux. The thing is odds 1.92.
So home win is your bet here.
Yes, I think sincerely I don't saw a reaction about Girondins Bordeaux. They have a big opportunity to winning against Monaco. Monaco finished the game with 10 players, and they suffer the goal for those 2 points, and that 2 points can be heavy at the end of the season when we took the calculator. Maybe that 2 points can miss for Bordeaux to save the category.
Interesting, yeah. Next game we have Metz and Nantes. Metz is a very interesting team for me because they are the worst home team, and on the contrary, most clubs perform much better at home. But right now they have lost 3 consecutive hostings, while Nantes have also lost their last 2 visits and are overall not convincing on the road. For me, this game seems very unpredictable for 1x2 market, and as you can see, the odds are very also tight.
Every week, Metz is my nightmare. Is my nightmare because now I start to have an identity. Away against the biggest team in the Ligue, they're not losing.
No.
And after at home, they have a lot of problems. He's the worst team when they play at home. Now this game is really important for Metz because when do you go to Lille, you are able to finish the game without receive goal against a Champions League team. Now you must to give continuity to your season and start to winning at home when is where you must to win the point. Normally, team fight against relegation are strong at home. Now, if Metz change that tendency, I think Metz can save the category because it is a really strong team. In defensive phase, they have a lot of powder density. Is really difficult to score against Metz, but when they play at home, they lose that. I think that tendency will be changed Sunday because Nantes is in a very good form. Nantes is a team can be played really physically match, and that one Metz suffer that. And I think Nantes in this moment after the winning in against Paris Saint-Germain will be give continuity to that. And the odds are interesting. Odds for a Nantes victory, Season 2, odds 2.52.
And also, if our listeners want to be a bit more cautious, they could try the draw no bet for Nantes, which is about 180. If the game is a draw, they get their money back. And 𝐻𝐻𝐿 and Marseille is what we have next. Maybe again, difficult for 1x2 bet prediction, because 𝐻𝐻𝐿 picked their 14th defeat of the season, which means that now they have they're now the team with the most defeats in Ligue 1. They're also winless in 4 in a row and are now with the same amount of points as the bottom 3 teams. Marseille lost their last fixture and are now risking surrendering the second place because Nice is only 1 point behind them. And here the bookies are evaluating them as a favorite, but can we count on some Pauli's man here?
Troyes, to be sincerely with you, Danail, I think is a miracle. They are outside of the relegation because their roast team between Lorient and Metz, and only for the goal average they are out of the relegation. But for that game, receive Marseille. Marseille is the best team away in Ligue 1. That one is strange because in the history Marseille always was really strong in Stade Vélodrome. There must to have a reaction, but they have the game in Conference League. I travel really long in Karabakh. They must to go there to check to validate the qualification. It will be so easy, but I think Marseille will be winning in Troyes Sunday. The odds are interesting. If we value the difference about both teams, odds 1.78 for Olympique Marseille victory Sunday in Troyes.
And then we have Lyon versus Lille, another tough game to predict for me, because as I said, I'm not an expert in Ligue 1, but 1x2 market in my opinion is hard because Lyon is in good form, despite being unable to win against Lens last time, but at home they have 3 back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, the reigning champion Lille had a disappointing evening in Champions League, lost 2-0 to Chelsea. That happened on Tuesday night. They're also 11th in the current standings, and this season is definitely not what the fans were expecting. Also, I think Jonathan Davis really needs to start scoring goals again, as he hasn't found the back of the net since December last year.
Yes. For Lyon, Lille is the black cat for Lyon in the last season. The last victory about Lyon against Lille at home was in the 2014. It passed 8 years. 8 years. Now you introduce really well the game. Lyon at home in the last weeks they're really strong and they're winning against the best team in Ligue 1. Their draw against Paris Saint-Germain at home is a team totally different. Now Lille. It's true, Lille can have good results away against big team, but the last week about Lille are really bad. If we check the points in the last 5 games, they are not the average to go back to Europe. And now traveling to Lyon is not a gift, and I think Lyon can be winning that game, especially they don't play in Europe this week, and at home I am really confident with Lyon. Maybe we lose something when they travel, when they play away, but at home in the last weeks from the beginning of the 2022, Lyon is strong and can be winning against Lille. The odds is 1.89 to Olympique Lyon winning Sunday night.
Perfect. So that was all 10 games from Matchday 26. Thank you, Alain. Before we end the show, what is your ACCA this week?
Yes, first game, Paris Saint-Germain, Saint-Etienne.
Yep.
Over 3.5. Odds 1.85.
Mm-hmm.
Second game, Brest, Lorient, Signe over 2.5, odds 1.93.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Third game, Clermont, Foot, Girondin de Bordeaux, Signe 1, odds 1.92.
Yep.
And the last game, 3 Olympique de Marseille, Signe 2, odds 1.86. The total is 12.75.
Good enough for me. I'll take it. Well, thank you very much again, Alain.
Thank you, Danail.
Next match day, I think you'll be again with Eduardo. So until we see again.
Okay, thank you very much, Danail. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. That was all from today's show on Ligue 1 Matchday 26, analyzed and predicted by Alain. And you're now able to see his tips and predictions on your screen. If you enjoyed the show, please like it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and share with your friends. Make sure to stick around because we'll be back later on with yet another great show. And remember, guys, stay on the right side of the money.